Hey folks, this is Kalani. Welcome back to the Sanctum of Domination raid guide for normal and heroic. This time we'll be taking down the Eye of the JAILER. This fight has 3 phases, most of which are fairly straightforward. In the first phase you'll fight the Big Eye. He will use Eye Bolt, which is just random raid damage, to make sure you keep everyone healed up. He will also use Death Link on the tanks. This deals damage to the tank and part of the damage is copied to the raid. Have your tanks use a cooldown and keep everyone healed up. You also need to watch out for Fracture Soul. This sends out big white swirlies that you need to dodge. If you get hit you'll take a bunch of damage and 3 little souls will pop out of you that you have to run over to collect them. They slow you and deal damage, so try not to get hit by the white swirls. The boss's big ability is Annihilating Glare. The boss faces one side of the platform and fires off a massive laser, then rotates towards the other side. If you get caught by this laser, you will die, but it is easy to avoid. As soon as the boss faces towards one side to start the laser, immediately run to the other side and towards this pile of chains. You get an extra action button that sends you to the other side, completely avoiding the laser. On heroic mode you'll also need to watch out for the Stygian abductors. They start floating off the platform and will cast dragging chains on a random player. If you get targeted you'll have an AoE effect around you. Get as many other players into that effect as possible, and when you all get chained everyone needs to run against the chain. This pulls the ad down onto the platform so you can kill it. While grounded, these ads also use a Sailing Lance that deals a bunch of damage and applies a damage over time effect, so make sure your tanks stay healthy. Every 25% the boss flies away and sends down 2 large eyeball ads, one on either side of the platform. You need to tank these ads away from each other due to their shared suffering. If they get too close you take raid-wide AoE damage and gain stacks of increased shadow damage. You need to split your raid into 2 and kill these ads at the same time. If an ad dies it will cast the same raid-wide AoE damage every 8 seconds until the other ad dies, so kill them at around the same time. Each ad will also use Slothful Corruption. This is a magic debuff that deals damage and slows the target, so dispel these quickly. They will also use Spreading Misery. This is a debuff that deals damage over time, and when it expires you drop a pool of shadow on the floor that deals damage, so try to drop these at the edge of the platform and not in the middle to save as much space as possible. During this phase the boss will still throw out those white swirls, so dodge those. He will wind up a big AoE called Titanic Death Gaze that deals raid-wide AoE damage, so make sure your healers are ready for that to keep everyone alive, and then he will also use Desolation Beam. This marks a random player with a small circle that deals damage after a short duration, but if anyone is inside your circle the ability will chain to them and deal more damage, so spread out if you get Desolation Beam. When you kill the 2 ads, you go back into phase 1, the boss will fly away and send down more eyeball ads at 50% and 25%, so deal with those in the same way, but when the boss comes back to the platform at 25% health, he will enter phase 3. This is more or less exactly like phase 1, except the boss will also use Immediate Extermination. This increases the boss's attack speed, deals raid-wide damage, and reduces the healing your raid takes by 10%, and this effect stacks every 6 seconds, so it's a race against the clock. Kill the boss before he kills you. And that's all you should need to take down the Eye of the JAILER on normal and heroic. Stay tuned for more boss guides for the rest of the Sanctum of Domination raid. Thanks for watching folks, good luck and have fun, and as always I will see you next time.